Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having an awesome day. And today we're going to be going through the 1.9 patch notes for Avatar Generations. I've just come off from a cold, so I have a bit of a weird throat. I'll try cut out any coughs or anything like that. But yeah, just a heads up. As you see, we've got our beautiful, the best Avatar Kyoshi, and her beautiful partner Rangi over here, shooting fire in the sunset and hitting fools in the head with rocks, as they want to do. April 18th, if you're looking for that. April 18th, about 3 or 4 days away. More likely, Path to the Mastery is going to finish. Rise of Kyoshi. Seems pretty simple if you ask me. Let's hop into it. We'll do might have some speculation as well. See if we can kind of gauge what's coming in the future. The new Avatar Timelines feature. Explore the stories and experiences of Avatar Kyoshi from the Rise of Kyoshi Novels in the new Avatar Timelines activity. Once the Kyoshi Island campaign is complete, the new feature will be available. So I like that they've made it so like you've got to do the Kyoshi Island and then you can learn about the history of Kyoshi. Makes sense. It's pretty early on, it's not too hard to beat, so pretty cool that they've done that. 2 new scenarios have been added. Yokoya, which is the home village of Kyoshi and Yun, I believe, and the Polar Refuge. We'll talk about Tagaka and Kiwok and that later, but I feel like this is like the big pirate base for the Fifth Nation. I'll explain that when we get a little bit lower, because we'll be better talking then, you know. Try new heroes out, like Rangi, Yun, and Young Kyoshi, and more. Young Kyoshi, interesting. I'm fine with that, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Any Kyoshi's a good Kyoshi, not gonna lie. And Rangi, I do like Rangi. Collect a new timeline currency to be used in the timeline shop and purchase exclusive items. Makes sense. They don't want you buying everything day one. Got to give it a bit of a time frame, you know. Does it make sense? New mastery quests added. They've added mastery quests for Tyro. Everyone, we need to start. Applaud the developers. They've heard the cries of the people. The greater. You know, there's characters that are like, they're not good, but you like them. Tyro is that for me. So I'm glad they're adding a mastery. Maybe a cheat death mechanic. That'd be pretty cool. I never get to use him, really, because I usually get the block up, and then he immediately gets knocked out. Little sad, not going to lie. Tuned mastery quests. We've got the Boulder and Zhang Mastery 3. They're just tuning the quests a little bit. I would assume they're making them a little easier for you. So, I mean, Boulder doesn't really affect me. I've pretty much got him maxed. It's just a couple of boss battles and a couple of arena battles, and he'll be done. And I haven't got a Zhang, so it'll make it easy for me. So always a good thing to hear. Pirates, the main difficulty. They're adding a floor 6. So I know you get about 960,000 gold from the stage 5, doing it 5 times a day. So I'm going to say, we'll have a guess. Say 1.3 million. How about that? For doing all 5 of them on floor 6. Fight against Pirate Queen Tagaka once a day. Oh, it's only once a day. For high gold rewards. Alright, so you go against Pirate Queen Tagaka. For those of you who can kind of think of names, Kiwok has the Blade of Tagaka. Tagaka is the same one, just not the mic, whoops. And so, makes sense. Pirate Queen, Pirate Captain. It's Kiwok's boss, essentially. She led the Fifth Nation in the Rise of Kyoshi. Pirate Domain stamina cost adjusted based on floor 6 being added, so I would assume they're bringing it down. You know, if you're going to do another event. They're not adding a training grounds for scrolls. They're only adding another gold mission, so that'll be interesting to see. We'll try to do that day one, see what we can get, eh? New summon banners. Rise of Kyoshi event banners. We've got the first one, Rise of Kyoshi Limited Avatar Timeline banner. It's an event-long banner, so it's going to go for about a month, it looks like. A month and a little bit. Maybe they just go, hey, we're going to give you Yun, Young Kyoshi, Rangi, put them in a banner. They're the featured units. There you go. Rise of Kyoshi celebration. Done. Easy. Very good. Interesting to see. I suppose we'll just wait until it comes out. We'll know. Powerful opponent. Now, I'm thinking Katsu. We just had Bokin. In theory, it would be Katsu, right? If not, could be Tagaka. That'd be cool. Having another pirate. I mean, that'd be what, 3 pirates and I think in the game. So, all in all, not too bad. Avatar Timeline banners, you know, Rangi, Yun, Young Kyoshi, Avatar Kyoshi, other characters from, you know, it would make sense for that to be a thing. And then a Peace and Chaos banner in about a month. I can't think of any characters in Rise of Kyoshi that would be a piece in Chaos yet. Maybe just Avatar Kyoshi could be would she be a piece unit? Yeah, maybe a piece unit. Otherwise, UA. I know some people really wanted a UA, so in theory, because we've had Peace Aang, Chaos Zuko, in theory it would be a piece unit. Worst case scenario, Moonslayer Zhao. No, I'll take it, don't worry. New rewards in standard banners. Standard event and raid up banners, max pity reduced from 150 to 120. Just nice for everyone. I wish this was out when I was going for Gyat, so just make it a little easier for me to get him. Peace and Chaos and limited event hero banners. Pity cap is now 200. I know the Peace and Chaos ones, that's like 300 now. And the fact that it's really hard to get those tickets makes it pretty good, I reckon, to get 200. That's pretty good. Limited event hero, I hope that doesn't mean like your Gyat, so when you're what have we got now? The Earth Nation event, so Zinfu and all that. I hope that doesn't mean that'll bring it up to 200, but we'll have to see. Obviously, we won't know until we see. Tales of the Four Nations no longer resets on a 5-star. Thank goodness. I've seen so many people be like, I needed like 3 more pulls and I'll get to pity, and they get a 5-star, and it's like, yeah, I don't want that though, So that's always good. That is a win right there. Only applies to banners released after April 18th, so save your tickets up if you're going to use them. They'll probably reset all the banners more likely, and then we can use our tickets then. New characters, relics, and supports have been added to the Tales of the Four Nations standard banner. So that's like your all-encompassing banner, basically. Avatar Aang Peace. My goodness, that's a big addition right there. Getting a peace unit in just like your standard banners, that's pretty good, honestly. And they're more likely they'll bring it down too, so that'll be nice. Troll Boss Boomy. If I like Boomy, a lot of people like Boomy. He's a pretty good character. Four Nations banner, if you missed out on him. Goat Gorilla support added to the Four Nations banner. If you want that, I wouldn't try and summon on that, but up to you. New 5-star relic, Desecrated Fountain, added into the Four Nations banner. Could be cool if it was like a Chaos one. You know how like the Banyan Grove is like avatars? This was like, you could use it for Chaos units maybe. That's all I could think. If not, Pirates maybe. I'm just throwing out ideas. Yang Chen's Memorial, if you want that, there you go. Ceremonial Drum, not a bad one. Throw that in if you need that. Event challenges and currencies. The new Rise of Kyoshi themed event challenges are added. More likely to replace Path to Amashu. Complete theme challenges during the event to earn many different rewards. Always nice and dandy. Complete different event challenges to earn various rewards, including the Rise of Kyoshi event currency. Makes sense. This event currency is an item that can be obtained for rewards in the shop, only available during the event time frame. Events and currencies are only available during their... They've just said this again. Once completed, they will not be available until the event starts again. Any remaining currency will basically be converted into gold or another item. So basically, don't try and stockpile your coins. Use them when you get them. We went through this with the Path to Amashu stuff. They did this again, so they'll probably say this every time there's a new event like this. New relics, supports, and arts. New art sets. We've got the time set, which is immune to turn bar reduction for the first turn of battle. Not too bad. 4 set for the first 2 turns. 6 set for the first 3 turns. All right. Immune to turn bar reduction, always nice. First 3 turns, it's not ideal, but it'll work. 35% chance to gain between 5 to 15% increased turn bar after the caster attacks. Ooh, that's nice. I like these sets where they do stuff throughout the battle if you put all 6 on. Something like the Earth Rumble set, You put all of them on and you get increased health for like 1 turn at the start of battle. If it did something like, if you knock out an enemy, you get increased health for a turn. That'd be really cool for them to add. But all in all, 35% chance to gain turn meter, always nice. The new Justice set increases defense by 15, 35, 40%. Increase defense by an additional 30% for 2 turns when you enter a positive stance. They really want Zinfu to be the meta. They really want him to be the meta. With this, Origami Flower, what is it, Mastery Skill Level 2, he gets like 60% defense. It's just it's gonna be nutso, not gonna lie. Good set, I'd say. We'll have to test it out, obviously, but this looks like a set to go for, the Justice one. Adventure map changes. Amashu, new resource battle challenge node in Amashu Palace District, revealed after defeating Flopsy during the exploration scenario. So, beat Flopsy, get another node, always nice. Razor Reef, new resource battle challenge node in Razor Reef, Jagged Clearing, revealed after defeating Suki in Razor Reef, which I have beaten. So you get another couple nodes to do, always nice. Character tuning, now this is the big one here. So updated the animations for some characters, always nice. Hope they fix our Shadow Toff here, because it's been a bit too long. Polish the Ultimate VFX for Solo Earth and Fire Ultimate. I don't know if that means Solo Earth and Solo Fire, or if that means one Earth, one Fire. Either way, I don't really notice this stuff, but I suppose, you know, making it a little bit smoother, always a good thing, you know? The Boulder now deals defense scaling damage on his basic attack. Thank goodness, because his advanced skill did that, but not his basic. So a little bit extra damage, always nice. Defense damage multiplier increased from 1 to 2 on advanced skills. So makes him all round just a big buff for the Boulder. I'm all right with that. Like that's what, triple damage almost. So that's like big boomba damage on his advanced skill. Earth Kingdom Toff, basic skill now deals increased damage when hitting the back line targets. You know, extra damage, always a good thing. Always a good thing to get buffs. Earth Kingdom, best kingdom, let's be honest. Tyro Master, increased damage multiplier on advanced skill from 0.33 to 0.5. Just a little bit extra damage on his advanced skill. He gets attack up as well, remember that. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. It's not too big of an increase. But again, Dojo Master has a couple of niche things he can do that makes him really strong, so this is probably just enough. Avatar State Aang. Basic and advanced skills now deal increased damage based on the target's max health. Okay, so a bit of a counter to like your tanks and your boomies and all that. Extra damage, you know, Avatar State Aang is an offense unit, you want him to do a lot more damage than everyone else, that's always good. Advanced skill cooldown reduced from 4 to 3, so a little bit extra knockdowns as well. Always nice, and with the increased damage based on max health. Avatar State Aang might be a force to be reckoned with. I still think Mind Aang is probably the better one, just for the fact that he can go into Avatar State, gets 100% turn meter, takes a turn immediately, increased damage on speed. It's just, like, Mind Aang, Base Aang, whatever you want to call him, is a good unit, so this will be interesting to see. Dragon Dancer Zuko, fire element debuff on advanced skill, now ignores resistance. I am happy with that. He's, you know, Dragon Dancer Zuko is a well-liked character. I think a lot of people like him. Fire element, ignoring resistance, always good. Commander Zhao, a lot of buffs here. Base speed increased from 108 to 115, makes him just a little bit faster, always nice. Gets out turns, obviously, gets out in the battle faster and all that. Advanced skill gains counter force damage, so that's the one where if you remove buffs, you heal yourself. Makes sense, he's a mind unit, so it would make sense that he would do something like that. All damage now additionally increased based on the target's defense stat. Okay, so this looks like trying to counter Xinfu a little bit. High defense means he does a little bit more damage. It'll be interesting to see at least. Commander Zhao, maybe. New meta, question mark. Or new counter meta, I suppose. Damage increased per skill level from all these stuff. There you go. What have they changed? All they've changed is the skill level 2, it looks like. They've added 5. So they've just made him a little bit stronger. For that second skill level. Second coin. Mastery 4 skill grants a new effect. Attacks do not land as weak hits. Weak hits are a little annoying, so not hitting a weak hit, always good. All in all, a lot of buffs for Zhao. We'll have to see how he goes in Arena when we get the update. Fire Nation Iroh, advanced skill heal amount per level reduced from 3 to 2%. So a little unfortunate. They're nerfing our boy Iroh, but he's a pretty good tank and he's still a pretty good healer. So we'll have to see how it goes. It's probably just more a balanced tweak than a nerf, really. Passive turn bar effect now has a 2-turn cooldown. Anything that does stuff with turn bar, I'm alright with having a cooldown. You get into this weird situation where you just take constant turns. It just becomes a whole thing. I've seen it in a lot of games, so this I'm fine with. Kyoshi Warrior Defense. Basic skill now deals increased damage when hitting backline targets. So I'm pretty sure that's the one that hits through units. So just a little bit extra damage hitting the back line, always nice. Kyoshi Warrior Soccer. Basic skill damage multiplier increase from 0.25 to 0.35. A little bit extra damage. Makes sense, he's an offense unit. I'm fine with him buffing damage. And advanced skill damage multiplier increases from 0.75 to 0.85. Again, extra damage. It's an offense unit, you would expect that. Unfortunately for our other offense unit, Zuko, basic Zuko if you like, damage multiplier on advanced skill decreased from 0.75 to 0.65. He does hit 3 times, and with a certain art set, he starts hitting pretty hard, so reducing damage, it's not by a lot. So we'll have to see how it does, but extra, nerfing his damage a little bit. It is a 3-tap, I'm okay with that. Mastery 4 turn bar increase effect reduced from 100% to 50%. So if you get him to Mastery level 4, when he does his little spin kick, he gains 100% turn meter. They cut that in half to 50%. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to still take another turn. So it's not too bad. It's unfortunate, but, there are niche times where this will be a problem, I reckon. Colonel Monk, basic skill now cannot be countered. I'm okay with that. I hate it when I hit something and then I get countered. Damage multiplier increased from 0.75 to 0.85. Alright, so just increased damage all up. Mastery 4 now inflicts a rank 2 fire element. That'll be interesting to see. Inflicting a rank 2 fire element, always good. A lot of fire element stuff coming out. Like we had Dragon Dance Zuko on that, so that'll be interesting. And then we have Agnikai Zhao. He does a rank 2 fire element as well, so that's interesting to see. Water Tribe Soccer offense. Advanced skill damage multiplier increased from 0.9 to 0.1. A little bit extra damage. I don't see the problem with that. Mask of the Rebel Blue Spirit. Basic and advanced skill now land as weak. Oh, now cannot land as weak hits. I thought that said did, and I was like, hang on. That's always good. It's an offense unit as well. No damage reduction. I call that a win. Blind Bandit Toph. Yeah, she did need a nerf. That is true. Basic skill damage multiplier increased from 0.85 to 0.9. She does not need a damage increase. Honestly, they should just leave her alone. Just stop buffing her. Advanced skill damage multiplier increased from 0.15 to 0.2. Oh boy, big damage there. And then this is the thing that messes me up a little bit. Passive skill base effect value increased from 5% to 8%. They're adding 15% attack and accuracy, but mainly the attack to her passive. She's getting a 15% increase to attack. Scaling per level on skill level 5 and 6 increased by 2, so it's, I would assume that means that she gets another 4% for those two. Oh boy. Yeah, she's gonna be hitting, what were we hitting for, like 10k or so at least in one of the videos I was using her. So add like 15 to 20% on that. My goodness. Big damage bust for Toph. You want a new meta, this is it. Komodo Rider Zuko. Basic and advanced skill damage now additionally scales based on the target's defense and health stat. Okay, so a little bit extra damage based on their, like, more of like a tank buster kind of thing. I like that, defense and health, very important for tanks. Advanced skill defense damage scaling increased from 1.3 to 1.5. Again, knocking through tanks a bit more easier, not too bad. Passive skills additional damage now targets all enemies. Damage block amount increased from 15% to 30%. So, a little bit extra damage to everyone, not too bad. Blocking a little bit of extra. He's a tank. Again, things like increasing attack for offense, increasing any defensive viability for defense, I'm happy with. It makes sense, Moon Spirit UA. Passive skill now revives up to 2 allies upon death. My goodness. Getting that revive off is very helpful. I've been beaten by... I went against a Yui. I was like, oh yeah, should have read the abilities, honestly. And then just a unit come back, and I think it was Zuko actually come back and just knock me out. And I was like, well, that's about right. Bending Master Paku. Advanced skill damage multiplier increased from 1.1 to 1.25. Again, offense, increased damage. I'm okay with that. Passive gains an additional effect. Deal additional damage to each other enemy if the caster's linker or ender attack lands as a critical strike. So if you use Paku in a combo attack and he hits a critical, it will deal damage to every other enemy. I think that's what that means. we'll have to check it out when it goes live. Moon Slayer Zhao adjusted defense penetration amount from 100% to 50% due to the defense penetration fix. See combat bug fixes. So obviously, you know, if they're giving everyone, say, 50% defense penetration, this does nothing. So it'll be interesting to see what this does. Gyatso, immediate cooldown reduction added on top of the permanent cooldown reduction after the first use of the advanced skill in battle for Mastery 4. So for Gyatso, he actually reduces his cooldown for his advanced skill. So it must just add that on top of, instead of you having to get to using the skill again and then having the cooldown, it will just add the cooldown on. So that'll be pretty cool. Bending Mask Katara, immediate cooldown reduction on top. Yeah, so it's the same thing here. Like, you know how Katara's one, it reduces the cooldown? It will do that for her. So that'll be pretty cool to see. Kyoshi Warrior Soccer faction updated from Soldier to Rebel. I don't know how I feel about that. He's not really a rebel. If it's Kyoshi Warrior Soccer, he's not really a rebel. He is kind of a soldier. But alright, adding a little rebel, trying to think of, like, because it's really only the new arena soccer that does stuff with rebels, so that'll be interesting to see. Relic tuning, risky cargo base trigger chance increased from 35% to 50%. That's not too bad. Now scales up to 100% at tier 6. All right, so you're guaranteed to get your lifesteal if you take a weak hit. Not too bad. I don't really use risky cargo. I haven't really found a use for it yet, so it'll be interesting to see. But if you get a weak hit, that's not too bad. Four Nation Tiles now has a 1-turn cooldown. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Whenever you get a buff, you heal the lowest health once per ally per turn. Yeah, okay. I can see why they would do it. Someone like Earth Kingdom soldiers actually kind of like can really make this use this really well. So I suppose it makes sense. Dragon's Teapot effect trigger trance now scales up to 100% at tier 6. Alright, so you receive a weak hit, you're guaranteed to put a fire element on. I think that makes sense. You know, if you're getting hit, you put the fire element on, it makes a lot of sense there. Again, a lot of fire element stuff going on right now. Masks of Ursa now has a 2-turn cooldown on the heal effect. I'm fine with that. Gain a defensive buff and you heal yourself for like, is it 10 or 15% of your max health? And you increase your defense as well. Makes sense, honestly. There are situations where there are things that just keep going. Earth Kingdom Soldier is a very good example. He will give himself barrier constantly. He will constantly heal himself. He becomes very, very tanky and very good. So I can see why this is a problem. And Dumpling Weed, base heal amount reduced from 7% to 5%. Now has a 2-turn cooldown on the heal effect. I don't really use Dumpling Weed. It's only for Kyoshi Warriors. I can see why it is pretty strong, a little bit of extra healing and stuff, but yeah, they're really cutting down on the healing, aren't they? If you don't want people to heal, just use Kiwok. Has heal block on it. Combat systems. 3-person combos now always apply the combo ender's element, ignoring resistance. So if you have a combo with 3 units in it, it will always do whatever the third person that attacks, the ender, will do that element on them. Guaranteed, I call that a win. Marked State now additionally blocks turn meter increase effects on the target. I suppose that makes sense. You don't want them to take turns to get rid of it, so makes sense that you would block turn bar increase. Also, kind of counters the new time set arts set that is coming out. Taunting State now blocks all turn bar increase effects of the taunted target. So I think it's pretty much to make sure you have that on as long as possible, so you can't just kind of speed yourself up to then get rid of it. So that'll be cool to see. Vanished State and Ice Clone now properly blocks all damage. I did notice this. I was doing the Zinfu Invader Zuko testing, and like I would hit Kiwok, she would go into Ice Clone, but she had bounty on her, and then I would hit her and it would go through and hit her. And I just thought, oh, so penetrating damage means it goes through like invulnerability effects. So obviously that's not meant to happen. Moonlight Aura Waterbender damage dealt increase from 20% to 35%. I have a feeling this is something to do with UA. Again, Peace and Chaos banner, maybe. You know, they're fixing this extra. They're also increasing the damage, so it makes it a little bit stronger, so that'll be interesting to see. Combat fixes. Skills that state ignore a percentage of the enemy's defense stat now function properly. They are not currently ignoring defense in the life. Wait, what? Oh, no. That's actually really bad. I suppose I never really noticed. I don't think I use anyone that ignores defense stat. But that's funny. That's actually kind of funny, not gonna lie. Fix for resistance, decreasing effects, not applying. Resistance, so that's like, I know Zhong, when he does his meditate ability, reduces the enemy's resistance, so it mustn't be working properly. Fix for incorrect inclusion of buff removal text on rank 2 and 3 Earth debuffs. I have noticed that when things have Earth debuff, I stock up a lot more Earth debuffs than anything else. And I just thought, oh, maybe just had an extra turn that I didn't really pay attention to. But that would make a lot of sense, actually. Statue of Kyoshi Relic now properly heals for the percentage of the damage taken by the caster. Tier upgrade values are adjusted accordingly. Now heals for 10 to 30% of the damage taken. I do remember they pretty much like cut this out of the they slapped a 2-turn cooldown on it just for like a quick fix because it was actually healing for like 30% of the casters or of the unit it was equipped to's health. So people had like Iroh with it on, and it would just like heal him to full basically because he had so much health. So yeah, it was whenever he took damage too, so he was just unkillable. Fix for 4 Nations tile relic heal effect, scaling additionally with the caster's skill levels. Yep, so I'd get it just extra healing. I heard about this too. Fix for the Spirit Water Amulet relic, steal healing despite the presence of heal blocking effects. I mean, look, it's a Spirit Water. It makes sense if you think about it, but okay. I suppose it shouldn't be healing if they've got heal block on. Fix for Earth Kingdom Tyro's defense damage reduction, being ignored when absorbing blocking damage. I knew he was taking too much damage. I was sitting there like, he's a defense unit, has all these really good arts on him. How is he getting knocked out in one turn? That makes a lot of sense. Fix for Fire Nation Zuko's passive skill, healing despite presence of heal blocking effects. Again, not ideal, but it did happen. For his passive skill, granting buffs despite the presence of buff blocking effects. Zuko he doesn't care. He's just like, bruh, I need the buffs, so don't worry about it. Fire Nation Zuko having incorrect damage scaling per level. So it looks like they're knocking out just the level 2 and level 3. They're bringing them down, it looks like. For his skill upgrades, a little unfortunate. They've really hit Zuko hard with all these nerfs. These ones I'm fine with. If you have heal block and you're healing, that shouldn't happen. The damage scaling, advanced skill getting nerfed, it's a little off. Fix for Fire Nation Iroh's calming state, start of turn healing, bypassing heal block effects, and being greater than intended. Alright, greater than intended, that would be the fix. The heal block, I'm fine with that. You know, if you have heal block, you shouldn't be healing. Like, it's in the name, you don't heal. Fix for Fire Nation Iroh, tenacity effect applying despite the presence of buff blocking effects. Okay, so you will get, if you have buff block, you get tenacity. That makes sense. Okay. Fix for Moon Spirit Yue, heal being less than intended on her reviving skill. Alright, so they're going to buff her healing as well. That'll be interesting. Moon Spirit Yue's turn bar increase not properly applying to revived allies. Again, I haven't looked at Yue, I really should look at her abilities. Increases not properly. If it's meant to increase it, then it should do that. Fix for additional damage on Bending Master Paku's Bask skill? What? Basic skill, triggering per any ally team crit within 1 turn's duration. So I feel like that means that he's getting like a bonus whenever anyone crits. And it's, well no, it's triggering the damage. So everyone's getting damaged? That's actually not ideal. Fix for Colonel Monk Mastery 4, inflicting more fire elements than intended. I think we should just set fire to everything, so I'm fine. I don't know why they're fixing this. Fix for Kyoshi Warrior Soccer, Advanced Skill Mastery 3, not triggering Fearsome Stance. I noticed this in Arena. I was going against a Soccer, and he didn't go into Fearsome Stance once, and I was like, that's a bit weird. And he had the Skill Mastery 4, so I was like, hang on. So that's always good. You want to get that Fearsome Stance going. Fix for Komodo Rider Zuko, increased attack of the enemy instead of decreasing it. No, it's intended. He's setting fire to their weapons, and if you get hit with a flaming sword, it's going to do more damage, you know? Fix for Bokin, Fortified Stance, not being removed by rank 2 or higher debuff effects. I will say I did notice this when I was editing the Earth Army video, where I had I was testing the Earth Army in Arena. I did notice that he would be constantly in Fortified Stance. I'd be like, he should be out of it by now. What's going on here? So that's fine. Fixed to Zinfu's basic skill defense multiplier being higher than intended. I reckon they added a 0, so instead of it being 1, it's 10. because I've seen some crazy damage come out from that, which that would make sense. They're fixing the Zinfu basic. At the very least, they're fixing the basic, I guess. Arena! Defense tab updated to show stats and outcome of revenge battles. Okay, I haven't done a revenge battle, I don't think, so that's fine. Arena environment updated to the Avatar Estate for the duration of the release. Avatar Estate. Okay, that'll be interesting. Updated the Arena coin and Nature Stone rewards for weekly division rank. So I hope that means they've gone up, because Arena coins are a little hard to get to. Updated the Arena coin rewards per division in Arena. There you go. Look at that. I've added that. Adjusted for division reset amount, so they've fixed that. I'm not sure what reset amount means. Does that mean your rank, or is that division reset amounts, or is that like the stuff that you get for the reset? Picks for Arena, draw, pop-up appearing and leading to an auto defeat. I never had that, but that's still an oof. That's a... You got 10 turns for the draw. Done. All right, you've lost. Damn it. Extended the duration before the draw countdown begins. There's no timer on the match, so I'm not too worried about this, but I suppose... there are some battles I could have won if I had a little bit extra time. I can only think of one. I can only think of one where that was the case, so it's still good. Account. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? I can't believe it either. Account rank cap lifted to 120. Wait. So does that mean that our account level goes up from 40 to 120? That's a big jump. Look, more energy, always nice. Lots more rewards, because when you level up, you get nature stones, you get supports and stuff, so that's always nice. Any previously earned experience will be recalculated and your levels and rewards will be updated accordingly. So right now, as of recording, I have 17,011 out of infinity on my experience. So it'll be interesting to see how far we go up with that. Hopefully it doesn't knock me under level 40, because that'd be a little awkward. Increased account rank experience earned in boss battles and activity quests at higher floors. I suppose that makes sense. If they're adding 80 levels to your account rank, you'd want more experience gain, you know? Adventure map. Lowered adventure point costs for unlocking main campaign areas. Okay, if you need to unlock any areas, make sure you save them, because, you know, they're going to make them a lot cheaper for you. Removed unclear story scenes from the exploration scenario. Replayable node states, that's a weird sentence, in the following areas: Amashu, Shengguan, Razor Reef. Oh. So when you are doing, so like, let's use Shengguan as an example, right? When you do like your timed node, you get like the coal stuff, or the munitions, or the infirmary supplies. It plays like a little cutscene with the soldier. It's going to take that out when you, I would assume, after the first time you've done it. The first time you do it, it's fine. But it does get a little annoying, because you have to click through it, and it's like I say it's only 3 seconds every time, but it's still 3 seconds you got to go through, you know? It just kind of cuts the farming efficiency out. Not a lot, still I appreciate it. Shengguan nodes, the infirmary and Bedrock Bluff are now permanently resource nodes in their final replayable state during the exploration scenario. Okay, so instead of having to take the munitions or the resources from those nodes, instead of taking them and having to do the other node and then coming back, you can just keep farming those, it looks like. So that sounds pretty good. You know, you farm up and then just one day you go and spend 5 minutes just constantly spamming the resources here. Works out alright. Shengguan nodes, the coal mine and the supply station are now permanently timed nodes in their final replayable state. So now you can just keep farming that stuff up. I'm trying to think what's similar. Ketsu Harbor, you have the time node instead of the resource node that you do. So that's you know, it's just a bit of a quality of life increase, I think. Saves you, you know, instead of just doing it one at a time, you can do 3 or 4 at a time. This makes it a little bit easier for you to kind of farm up some materials and stuff. General changes. Various items added to the summon shop: Kyoshi Warriors, Masked Soldier Mind, Earth Kingdom Soldier, Batola Dojo Master. Okay. So Kyoshi Warriors plural, that's interesting. Wonder if Sokka's going to be there. I doubt it, but maybe. Masked Soldier, the fact that you can level up your Masked Soldier, giving that opportunity, I think is okay. Earth Kingdom Soldier, we've got the 3 upgrades already, so couple extra upgrades, always nice. Batola Dojo Master, I feel like I should just bring out another powerful opponent banner, but I suppose if you don't want to wait for that, you can get Dojo Master. That's pretty cool, level him up. Fire Nation Hawk to the Summon Shop collection, that's always nice. Kyoshi Warriors Katana, to the collection. I'll have pictures on the side here for that and what they do. Wanderer's Veil added to the summon shop as well. Always nice. Captain Katsu's name updated to Captain Masaru. Okay, they changed his name. Air Temple Sky Bison and Air Temple Appa support names have been swapped due to popular demand. Thank goodness. It made no sense why Sky Bison was Team Avatar and Appa was Air Nomads. It should have been the other way. So I'm glad that they've done that. Imperia's store item prices have been adjusted. That'll be interesting to see. Relic brushes and common pet food is now shown in the currency bar. That's good, so you know what you've got. I like that. Like, it's only the common ones, but they're the ones that you're going to be using, so that's always good. Boomy Boss coins added to the currency bar on relevant screens. That's always good. I hated going into it, and there was didn't know how many Boomy coins you had. So always nice. Skip button art updated and is always present now. Button is disabled if skip tickets cannot be used. I like that. UI panels on pop-ups and notification windows updated. I just hope it just fixes it so it doesn't keep them up there, and then you have to like close the game and then reopen it back up. And then last but not least, 2- and 3-star meditation beads are now available in the exchange shop. Thank goodness. Oh, this is what I want. So for those of you who don't know, that's the shop where you can like use your level 1 fires to get your level 1 beads. Now you can use your 1-star beads, I would hope, to get your 2-star beads, 2-star beads to get your 3-star beads. Oh, this is going to be so good. I have 400, 500 of each of like the 1-star stuff, because I don't have anyone else to level up. So I'm glad they're adding this. The more likely, probably around 50 to 100, I reckon, though. It's going to be pretty expensive. But if you're like me, where you don't really need them, comes in pretty handy here. General bug fixes. There's a lot in this update. My goodness. Fixed issue where Kiwok would not be placed correctly with team after completing a wave with Ice Clone active. Alright, so she'd be in a different spot, I feel like, is probably what that means. I haven't had that issue, but I'm glad they fixed it. Issue of an arena match crashing with damage being looped on a defeated enemy. I feel like that means that like if someone's been defeated, you hit them with extra damage and then it crashes the arena, like the game. Good fix then. Adjusted Katara's model when damage animation is playing. Don't know what that means, but okay. Fixed an issue where ignore defense was not properly calculating. It actually explains so much, I'm not going to lie. Attempting to ascend a character without enough gold will no longer show the ascended text. Okay, no, that's good. So you can't even click it. I suppose it makes sense. I don't really see the point in it, but alright, it makes sense. Loading into an activity, boss battle, or adventure battle will no longer take the player to an arena match. I never had this problem, but I have seen a lot of people did, so I'm glad they fixed that. The X button on the draw warning in arena functions correctly now. Again, I haven't had this problem. I haven't even seen people have this problem, but I'm glad they fixed it. Inventory expansion confirmation window shows the correctly, I'm going to say shown, equipped items. Okay. I don't know what that means. Mastery quests will no longer stop tracking progress for all heroes. I know Boomy had this problem. He's had that problem for me. He's literally stuck on 15 out of 35 adventure quests. I don't want them to retroactively try and fix it. Just make it so it works, and I'm happy. But there you go. Update for Avatar Generation. That's it, yeah. Whoa, that was a long update. A lot of good things in here. A lot of bad things, you know. I'll say a lot. A couple of bad things. We don't have, you know, Azuko's not as tough as he used to be, but we are getting some Kyoshi content. I'm loving it. I'm really excited for Avatar Kyoshi. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's hop over. Alrighty, since you've sat here this whole time, let's do a couple summons. We've got our Dream Battle stuff still. I haven't done any of these, I don't think. So let's throw... You know, got 1,000 coins, throw them in. Give me a Momo. Game, please. Please. Maybe a Tyro coin. Tyro coin will be the win. Alright, a Tough coin. You know what? I'll take it. Tough coin's alright. It's not too bad. Alright. And also don't forget to get your little mail rewards. I usually do forget to get them until like the last day. Extra support stuff. Excellent. I can level up my support and get that event done. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I know that was a long video. That was a really long video. We got through it in the end. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTuber stuff. We'll be doing some more Avatar Generation stuff. We're going through the update when that comes out next week. And until then, have an awesome one all, and I'll see you in the next one.